Tesla just confirmed what everyone thought was impossible. The Model 2 is alive and launching Q1 2026 at $15,990 with free full self-driving. During the shareholder meeting, Elon Musk personally addressed the cancellation rumors. The project never died, it just pivoted. Tesla's VP revealed they abandoned the original Unboxed production plan and switched to existing Model 3/Y assembly lines. Why the sudden strategy change? And here's the real question. Can Tesla actually profit selling a fully equipped EV for under $16,000? So let's break down what Tesla actually announced. They're not launching one Model 2, they're launching two completely different strategies disguised as trim levels. The base model starts at $15,990, while the long-range version jumps to $30,000. Nearly double the price for what Tesla claims are the same core components. The $15,990 version delivers 321 miles of EPA range from a 53 kilowatt-hour battery, hits 60 miles per hour in 5.8 seconds with 310 horsepower, and charges at 225 kilowatts, adding 300 miles in just 15 minutes on Tesla's supercharger network. You get 18-inch wheels, a 7-speaker audio system, and 75 cubic feet of cargo space. The trade-offs? Manual mirror folding, no rear passenger screen, fabric headliner instead of open glass, and a standard dust filter rather than HEPA filtration. But here's what matters most. It still plugs into the same supercharger infrastructure that gives Tesla a massive competitive advantage over every other EV manufacturer. The $30,000 long-range version uses the identical 53 kilowatt-hour battery, delivers the same 321-mile range, produces the same 310 horsepower, and charges at the same 225 kilowatt speed. Tesla added vegan leather seats, a front bumper camera with washer, sound-insulated doors, and touchscreen-controlled seat adjustments instead of physical switches. That's essentially a $14,000 premium for comfort features and interior refinement. This isn't about different capabilities. It's about testing how many buyers will pay double for luxury touches versus how many will flood the base model, proving that mass-market EV demand is genuine. What changes everything is what both versions include: free full self-driving. Not the current $10,000 add-on option. Not the $99 monthly subscription. Completely free. Tesla has never done this before, which raises an obvious question: why now? This is where Tesla's strategy gets fascinating. They're giving away $10,000 worth of software on a $15,990 car. That seems financially impossible unless the software itself isn't the product anymore. The data is. Every Model 2 on the road becomes a data collection vehicle feeding real-world driving scenarios into Tesla's AI training systems. Waymo spent billions building a dedicated testing fleet. Tesla is having customers pay to build their fleet for them, while those customers believe they're getting an incredible deal. There's a deeper layer to this approach. Once buyers experience full self-driving capabilities, Tesla controls the entire upgrade path. When Cybercab robotaxi features launch, accessing them will likely require a software unlock fee. Enhanced autonomous features beyond basic FSD, subscription model. Tesla is trading immediate software revenue for long-term recurring income and data dominance. It's the Amazon Prime playbook applied to automobiles. But this strategy has one critical vulnerability. Full self-driving must actually work by the first quarter of 2026. Tesla has missed every previous autonomous driving timeline. If the Model 2 launches without functional FSD, this entire value proposition collapses. Could that deadline pressure be why they abandoned their original production plan? Because here's what actually happened behind the scenes. At Investor Day 2023, Tesla unveiled the Unboxed production process like it would revolutionize manufacturing forever. Build vehicle sections separately, paint panels individually, assemble everything at the final stage. The projections were stunning. Cut costs by 50%, reduce factory space by 40%, build a complete car every 10 seconds. Wall Street analysts immediately projected Tesla hitting 3 million vehicles annually. Then for months afterward, complete silence. Rumors circulated that the Model 2 had been canceled entirely. Elon Musk denied it, but offered zero details about production timelines or specifications. Now we understand why. Lars Moravy, Tesla's vice president, recently admitted during an investor call that the Unboxed process introduced significant risk and uncertainty. In corporate language, that translates to, it didn't work as planned. Transitioning from conventional assembly lines to fully automated unboxed production proved far more complex than engineering simulations predicted. Machinery calibration became problematic. Automation integration created bottlenecks. Any minor technical glitch cascaded into major production delays, affecting the entire line. The unboxed process requires dramatically fewer human workers, which initially sounds like pure efficiency until you recognize it creates total dependence on robotics and sensors, functioning perfectly in synchronized harmony. Traditional assembly lines employ human workers who adapt to problems, troubleshoot issues in real time, and catch errors before they multiply. Automated systems can't do that. When one robotic component fails, the entire production line stops until engineers diagnose and repair the problem. Tesla discovered this gap between theory and reality the expensive way. So they made a calculated pivot. Rather than delaying the Model 2 for years while perfecting unboxed production, Tesla decided to manufacture it on the same proven assembly lines, currently building the Model 3 and Model Y. They're incorporating what they call elements of the next generation platform combined with current platform components. In plain terms, they're using reliable manufacturing methods they've already mastered while integrating selective technological upgrades where feasible. Industry critics immediately question whether this makes the Model 2 just a stripped-down Model 3 with cheaper interior materials. Did Tesla abandon genuine innovation simply to meet investor deadlines? Or is this decision actually smarter, blending manufacturing reliability with new technology instead of betting the company's future on an unproven experimental process? The answer might lie in what Tesla actually engineered for this vehicle. They developed a completely new motor that cost just $1,000 to manufacture. For context, the current Model Y motor costs 3 times that amount. This isn't incremental improvement. It's fundamental redesign from the ground up. The new motor uses 75% less silicon carbide while maintaining identical performance and efficiency metrics. It employs a permanent magnet design requiring 0 rare earth materials, which is strategically critical because rare earth element supply chains are predominantly controlled by China. Tesla wants complete manufacturing independence from geopolitically unstable supply sources. Beyond materials cost, this motor occupies half the factory floor space of the Model Y's current motor. Smaller manufacturing footprint, reduced materials expenses, simplified assembly process. Tesla's powertrain engineers used proprietary simulation software to model magnetic field interactions between the stator and rotor, then optimized every variable, cost, weight, physical dimensions, even acoustic characteristics, through thousands of rapid design iterations. Manufacturing engineers worked alongside designers, continuously refining material selection and production processes to maximize efficiency. This engineering approach is how Tesla reaches that $15,990 price point. They're not removing features customers actually value. They're fundamentally re-engineering core components to cost less while delivering equivalent performance. The strategic question is whether legacy automakers can match this capability. Traditional manufacturers are locked into existing supplier contracts and decades-old component designs. They can't simply redesign a motor from scratch without disrupting their entire production ecosystem. Tesla can. That structural advantage might be more valuable than any single feature. Which brings us to why Tesla really abandoned full unboxed production. Their official explanation focuses on cost control and risk management. By combining traditional assembly methods with selective unboxed elements, they can reduce manufacturing expenses while hitting the $15,990 target price. But there's context they're not emphasizing. Tesla recently announced workforce reductions of 14,000 employees, over 10% of their global staff. Companies don't make cuts at that scale unless facing serious financial pressure. The broader market reality is that EV demand growth is decelerating. Competition from BYD and other Chinese manufacturers is intensifying rapidly. Legacy automakers are finally launching genuinely competitive electric vehicles. Tesla needs high-volume sales immediately. The Model 2 at $15,990 is their only product capable of delivering mass-market numbers that justify their current market valuation. Building it on an unproven production line that might not function reliably for another 2 to 3 years represents risk Tesla cannot afford right now. So they chose the pragmatic path. Utilize existing infrastructure, leverage proven manufacturing processes, integrate new technology gradually rather than revolutionarily. Get the vehicle to market by the first quarter of 2026, just 4 months from now if they meet that aggressive deadline, and capture market share before Chinese EVs potentially flood the U.S. market. The Unboxed process isn't abandoned permanently. Tesla confirmed the Cybercab robotaxi will still utilize it. But that's a low-volume specialty vehicle where production problems won't crater the company. The Model 2 is mass production, and mass production demands reliability over innovation when billions of dollars are at stake. Here's what remains unclear. Tesla states these vehicles will incorporate elements from both current and next-generation platforms, but won't specify which elements. Are buyers getting the structural battery pack from the next-gen platform, the revolutionary single-piece castings, or primarily software improvements with minimal hardware changes? The distinction matters enormously for long-term vehicle value and durability. And there's the timeline question that nobody's adequately addressing. Q1 2026 means January through March, potentially just 4 months away. Tesla hasn't publicly shown a production-ready prototype. No crash test safety data has been released. No EPA certification documents are available. They're claiming they can complete design finalization, extensive safety testing, regulatory certification, and start volume production in under 6 months using modified assembly lines. Has any automotive manufacturer in history moved that quickly from announcement to production? Either Tesla has been significantly further along in development than they publicly revealed, or this timeline is optimistic and delays are virtually inevitable. Both scenarios raise questions. If development was progressing well, why maintain such extreme secrecy? And if it wasn't progressing smoothly, why promise Q1 2026 and risk another credibility-damaging delay? The fundamental question that determines whether this strategy succeeds is simple. Can Tesla actually generate profit selling a fully equipped electric vehicle with free FSD for $15,990? The average new car transaction price in America is $49,277. The average electric vehicle sells for $57,245. Tesla is targeting less than 1/3 of that industry standard. The new $1,000 motor reduces costs. Using existing assembly lines eliminates new factory construction expenses. Removing HEPA filters and rear entertainment screens cuts component costs. But lithium-ion batteries remain expensive. Supercharger network maintenance costs money. Software development requires ongoing investment. Warranty coverage creates long-term financial obligations. Tesla's entire business model until now has depended on high profit margins from premium vehicles. The Model 2 completely reverses that approach. Lower margins, dramatically higher volume. It's the same strategy that transformed the automotive industry when Toyota and Honda proved they could profitably build affordable, reliable cars while American manufacturers couldn't compete. Can Tesla execute this strategy better than the legacy automakers they're now directly challenging? Or is the Model 2 designed as a loss leader, sell the vehicle at break-even or slight loss, then recover profits through software subscriptions, insurance products, supercharger fees, and future feature upgrades? That model works if customers remain in Tesla's ecosystem long-term. It fails catastrophically if buyers purchase the cheap car and never spend another dollar with the company. So here's the bottom line. Tesla didn't just revive the Model 2. They're rewriting the rules of what affordable transportation means. That $15,990 price with free full self-driving isn't a promotional gimmick. It's Tesla betting everything that electric vehicles can finally compete with gasoline cars on price, not just performance. We asked at the start why Tesla abandoned their revolutionary Unboxed production process. The answer is simple. They chose speed over perfection. Getting affordable EVs into customer hands in the first quarter of 2026 matters more than waiting years for ideal manufacturing. While competitors analyze spreadsheets, Tesla is about to put electric vehicles on the road that cost less than used economy cars. If they hit that timeline, we're watching the exact moment electric becomes the standard choice for average buyers, not just early adopters and luxury customers. Now it's your turn. Which version would you actually buy? The $15,990 base model or the $30,000 long range? Do you believe Tesla can deliver by Q1 2026? Or is this timeline too aggressive? Share your prediction in the comments below. If this breakdown gave you clarity on what's really happening, hit that like button. Subscribe to Tesla Zone for more analysis that cuts through the hype and shows you what these industry moves actually mean. And turn on notifications so you catch our next video when Tesla's next move drops. The affordable electric revolution just became real.